Good morning. Welcome to Crochet Box, to RocksChat. And how are you all today? Good, I hope. So I had a pretty good night. I didn't get to sleep till quite late because I ended up chatting to my next door neighbour. I went out to the yarn van to get my a couple of bits of my work that I'd left out there, crochet I mean. And on the way back, his gate was banging really loud, and I thought, it's going to keep me awake. So I thought I'd pop in and see if we can close the gate. So anyway, 2 cups of tea later, I finally got home quite late. Gary had woken up and was messaging me and ringing me, where are you? So I just said, I was just talking to Colin and having a cup of tea with Colin and that. So yeah, I looked a bit like a dirty stop out, but I wasn't really. But yeah, it was quite nice to have a chat, and by the time I got back I was still wide awake, and so I did a little bit more of my crochet and watched a bit of TV. Michael suggested a programme to me, and I can remember being around his house once while this was on, and the reason I remember it is because he said, who's that guy? I've seen him before. And I looked up and I just, even though he was older and had a bit of a shaggy beard, I just said, oh, that was Justin from Luther. And a little while earlier, he was only talking about Justin from Luther. So it's weird how he didn't clock who it was, but I can always, I've got that facial recognition software in my head, I think. So the joke of the day, when I first read it, I thought, I don't get this, I don't get it. I reread it twice and then I suddenly did. It's from my book, The Elderly Joke one. And it says, an elderly gentleman in his mid-90s, well dressed, with a flower in his lapel and smelling slightly of good aftershave, walked into an upscale restaurant and took a seat at the bar. An elderly lady, mid-80s, was seated there also. The gentleman ordered a drink and took a sip, turned to the woman and said, so tell me, do I come here often? I thought it was like, obviously, do you come here often? And I thought, that's not a joke. What? Maybe she's his wife and he's forgot. You know, I was kind of going all these scenarios in my head and I'm thinking, don't make sense. Then I reread it and it was like, do I come here often? And then it made perfect sense. So yeah, you know what, yesterday, was it yesterday? Yeah, I think so. Where I said, you know, every day of the week has gotten a purpose, like my Open With Me's and Book Monday. And then we've got Wednesday is, Wednesday's Hump Day, so that's got Hump Day giveaways and stuff on it now. And the weekend, but what's Tuesday and Thursday got? And I completely ignored Friday. Friday. Fishy Friday? Thank God it's weekend Friday. I don't know. So yeah, Fishy Friday it is then. I'll have to find some fish to show you. Maybe. May I crochet a fish? No, I won't really. I've got itchy hands today and I know why. Because I've been sanitising just about everything. And if it's not hand sanitizer, which really kills my hands as you know, it's those kind of alcohol wipes. And the reason being because Gary's still got his dreaded lurgy, and so I've been doing that ever since he kind of come down with something evil. But I've made him an appointment for the doctor today, so he should be kind of on his way there as we speak, because he's now got a rash, and the rash started on his hands and feet. So we thought, oh, that could be that hand, foot and mouth thing. Because I read the symptoms and he had, not all of them, but he had cough, sore throat, and rash on his hands and feet. But now he's got rash on his arms and it's spreading on his body. So he's got an appointment with the doctor now. So I just put some of that lovely hand cream that was sent to me. Was it you, Linda, who sent me this? The patchouli oil one, yeah. It reminds me of my youth. Yeah, so I still haven't been in the right shop to get it. Is it a Body Shop one or is it Lush? I think it's Body Shop. I think she said it was Body Shop. Anyway, next time I'm around the shops, I will have a little look for it, because it is a nice one. And it's non-greasy, and it's really quite nice. So yeah, I'll probably have a look for it if I can remember. If it's you, if you're watching, I mean, just let me know what shop it was again. I'm sure it was Body Shop, but you never know, it could be Lush. So what did I do yesterday? Well, I went and got my work, as I said, and I thought, when I said to you before about the square, if I did another row of white, then I could make it a little bit bigger, and it would. So if you don't make another row of white and you use this ridge join, you lose half of that kind of row, so it would really be a thin bit of white between. So I figured another round would enable me to do that ridge join, and so far that's what it's looking like. I only did a sample of these three kind of things to see if I liked it, and I prefer it. My only problem is if I have enough white. That yarn chicken is my task. And this one, I think, yeah, I've got a big long loop. I got a little bit further, so I'm really liking this, because, as I say, the stripes are following, and like I said before, it'll only follow through the one ball. If I start a new ball, it's not going to be the same. So I'm going to try and make this a one ball project, possibly a cowl, or a kiddie scarf. I'm not absolutely sure yet. I've got this much left of the ball. I love it though. I'm really enjoying the way that's working up. Now if I choose another ball, I could make a shorter swatch and see how the colours work out. Quite like that, because it is unique every time. With the chain count, we'll make it unique every time, which is really cool. What else have I got to tell you? I'm hungry. I am. I've lost 6 pounds and I'm doing really well, but I know Gary is a little bit down in the dumps because of the diet, and that's because Gary's not been very prepared. You know, he kind of didn't start at the same time as me, and he's very set in his ways. Like, for instance, if it were me, I could say, right, I'm going to do a bit of steak, maybe a little lamb chop, like a little mixed grill, but I can have that with broccoli on it. And he's like, oh no, I can't eat veg like that with it. And I'm like, why? You know, it doesn't need gravy, you know, it's a veg that you say, maybe I'll do it with asparagus. Okay, so I'll also get broccoli and asparagus and maybe do it that way. But he kept saying, I can't eat veg, not without mint sauce, and I can't do this, and I can't do that. And first, a long time ago, he said, oh no, I couldn't have a breakfast without beans on it. I'm like, you can. Now he has breakfast without beans. He's just re-educating his palate to not be the way he always enjoys something. You know, I can't have a roast that's got potatoes on it, but it doesn't mean I'll stop eating meat and vegetables. So I thought, we've not had any carbs today, so I made a gravy that had a few carbs in it, and I put some mint in, and he had mint sauce on it, and he ate it. So yeah, he did. He ate it. But we had chicken yesterday, so I'm kind of gradually working him into these things, and he's looking at recipes and saying, oh, maybe I could have this, maybe. But the biggest problem that we've got is the things that he's looking at that he really wants me to make, like a frittata or a crustless quiche, I can't eat because of the cheese. So that's a bit of a pain. Now, there are these tablets out that you can get that will enable you, if it's only lactose that you're allergic to eat cheese. Now, I'm not sure if that's the case with me, because I'm sure that I've had a reaction with lactose-free cheese before, or lactose-free milk and that sort of thing. But you never know, because there's always something else in your diet that triggers. So I might, if I can find those, get those tablets and try it. Now, yesterday I had a bit of, I made cauliflower cheese as well. It was only a one that was in the freezer, like a frozen one. But I put a little bit of cheese on top, and so far I've been okay. I've not had one stomach pain. So I think it's kind of degrees. If I only have a little bit, it doesn't trigger. But obviously if you're putting it in a frittata, it might. So anyway, I don't know. My body's like one of those strange phenomena that where you can eat something and you'll be fine, but the next time you're going to be doubled up in agony. So yeah, joys of being me. And my weird food allergies, and when I was younger I didn't have any of those. Not a one. I could blissfully eat whatever I wanted to. If only I could go back to that. And they do say if you give up dairy you can go back to it, but it's never really worked for me. Ever since it's been an intolerance of mine, whenever I go back to it, I know about it, it's not gone. It's back with a vengeance. Anyway, so I don't know what the doctor's going to say about Gary. He said, what if he says I've got to have a week off? I said, well, then you have a week off. Just have to wait and see what he says, Just get him to look at it, really, and see what he says. Unfortunately for Gary, he's got the guy that I was seeing when I went to see him about my nose. And every time I didn't go to my last appointment, I didn't make it. Because, I lost kind of faith and interest with that. I just thought, no, I'll stick with dermatology. But he's always run late every time I've seen him. The first time Gary had the kids in the car, like he was looking after Sophia and River, and I think he only had them for a little while that day, and they spent most of that in the car, bored, waiting for me, because my appointment was late by an hour and a half, and that's just ridiculous. He was new to the practice and getting to know everybody, but still, what is the excuse? And then the next time I went to see him, it said on the thing as I punched in, you kind of give your details in a little machine, and it says, welcome, on time, like that he was on time, not me. And then I looked up and it said 40 minutes late. I thought, oh. But at least it wasn't an hour and a half. He's cutting it down. So I said to Gary, just be prepared. You might have a wait. Don't walk out, because he's renowned for that. I'm not sitting there. I'm going. Give me an appointment time. You stick to it. Sort of thing. Gets very cross with that sort of thing. The amount of times that he's walked out of places when he's, The worst one, we have a little hospital up the road. It's not a proper one. It's one of them community ones. Anyway, we went there to this walk-in and they said, oh, okay, you're next. So I thought, okay, that's good. And we're sitting there, and we're sitting there, and we're sitting there. And people kept going in. So you think, So I said, went up to the counter and I said, excuse me, you said we were next. Yes, you are. I said, but 3 people have gone in. And oh yeah, well, they've got appointments. I said, so I'm not next then. And it's like, yeah, you're next, but these people are members of the surgery and have appointments. I said, so we just, next means what then? After he's finished all these patients, we're next. And so anyway, Gary said, that's it, we're going. Because it was for him, the appointment, and that was... Yeah, weird. But at least there is an improvement, though, because you never used to get an appointment at all. So that is an improvement. I have to go out today, so I might have a little look in the shops if I get time. Not that sure that I will get time, but yeah, it's on the mainland as well that I have to go. So yeah, I will try my best. I know what I'm like, though. I get out and I get suddenly, that's it, I'm going home now. But I used to be out and I'd say, oh, I'm going to go here. Hey, maybe I'll have a look in this place. I'll go to this shop. Now I just go, well, let's just go home. And I don't understand that. I never used to be that kind of, like, this is the big bad world, let's just go home. I don't think that's really the case, but whereas I used to shop and, I'll go into town maybe and have a look to see if they've got any yarn in this place, or go and try on some clothes in that one, look for some shoes. I don't do anything like that anymore. Weirdly, I think when we had all the pandemic and lockdowns, that took that thing away from my, you know, my kind of arsenal, if you like. I don't do that anymore. I tend to look online, and if I do go shopping, I'll go in maybe up to where the like Hempstead Valley Shopping Centre or something like that, maybe Maidstone, but very rarely do I shop like I used to. I might go in House of Fraser, have a little mooch around, see what bags they have and stuff like that. Have a look at the sunglasses and laugh because they're all hideous. Have a look at the makeup, buy some, never wear it. And then that's it. I go home. Yeah. But I think maybe when I lose more weight, then I might start, oh, look, I need to do this. This is lovely. I'm going to try it. Might do that. But at the moment, it's like, nah. Definitely not doing it. I think my slimmer shopping habits are definitely different from my not so slim shopping habits. But I find that regardless, my shopping habits have changed since the pre-pandemic days. I don't necessarily want to just be out and about with people. I don't know why. I've never liked crowds, you know. I've never been one to go January sale shopping and that sort of thing. It's like, no, thank you. You know, I might miss all the bargains, but I really don't care, you know. And one thing I really hate about that sort of thing as well is when you go out and it's in the sale. The things you bought people for Christmas, you then go and see them half price and you think, well, thanks very much. You know, I've just wasted all that money. So cheers, here's my tea, and it's not biscuit tea. Not too bad. This is metabolism booster tea. I do sell this in my shop, funny enough. But I run out of biscuit tea. I tell a lie, I do have half a pack in the Yarna van because I had a pack out there and I thought, okay, I'll split it. And I brought half in the house, but that's 20 tea bags and I go through those in a couple of days. Really, I drink way too much tea. 2 or 3 days. But, so now I kind of thought, open the cupboard and I thought, toast and jam tea, caramel tea. Well, actually I'm on a diet, so we'll try the metabolism boost tea. It just tastes, it's nice tea actually. Some teas, I had normal tea at Collins last night and it tastes stronger, but this one's quite a nice taste for tea. Hang on. Very nice. So yeah, I definitely have to go shopping this afternoon. Anyway, I'm going to get off. I don't like the idea of going shopping, that's what it is. So, I used to do my shopping like monthly. I preferred that. But, you know, running out of stuff and going shopping means you're not really needing a shop, but you'll spend way more than you need to in the shop. Always the way. But yeah, definitely can't be without the biscuit tea. And if I can remember, I'll look for those other teas that I was telling you about. The ones I ordered a while ago. If they've got them, I'll get them and put some in my shop. So that'd be cool if I can find them. Anyway, I will see you on the next one. Thanks for watching. Hope you have a good day. And thank you to everyone who said about their Alexas telling them jokes. Before I go, let me just see I think there was a couple of them that did. How can I find this? I think I need to go into my normal. Oh, okay, let me just see if I can find yesterday. Go to me, into there. Not noisy, no. Okay. Just check in, see. There was a few people that had jokes. Was there one there? Oh, there was one that told him a joke in German. Someone said that. Who was it? Let me see. Laura said that this reminds her of Mile a Minute, which it is very much. Hang on, what happened there? It's very much in that line, isn't it? I'm sure she said something about jokes. Oh, yeah, it didn't tell one. Karen, Marathi, her Alexa, told you a joke in German.
What's the scariest word in nuclear physics? Whoops.
Funny enough, she told me that joke yesterday. What's the scariest word in nuclear physics? Whoops. She told me that one same joke yesterday. Well, that's a bit much, isn't it? Teresa doesn't have one. There were a few. I just have to kind of scroll. Alexa joke was, this is Maureen Mathurin. Alexa joke told her, how do you know if a fish trusts you? They give you the benefit of the trout. Oh, they are quite fishy jokes, aren't they? I think that might have been the only ones. There you go. So we got a joke in German, which we didn't get. Should have translated it and told me. So anyway, I was going. I know Jane would say, you did it again. And I did. Bye for now. I'll see you on the next ones. Take care.